Welcome back to Arcanum, where we are progressing through the story at an absolutely breakneck pace. Well and truly. So, at this point, we need to go back to... Holy shit, it's been so long I've forgotten where Bates lives. He does live in Tarrant, right? Guess we're gonna find out if I'm an idiot. Can't remember shit. We need to go talk to Bates. And let him know what's happened here. Or what has happened in the mines, what has happened to the dwarves. To which I am sure he will be sad, but not remorseful enough, since he's so fucking rich. Boy, these load times. What is it doing? I have to know. I'm really curious. It's been a little while since we've been back here, hasn't it? As a matter of fact, before we go any further, I should make sure I'm on the right map and not the idiot I thought I might be. Because that would be very embarrassing. Nope, I'm not crazy. Okay. Time to go for a walk, boys. Or, well, I guess we could do this. We might as well. Or not, because I don't know where any of these locations are. I mean, I vaguely know, but like... Fuck it, let's just try it. I don't know where Kensington Park is, so let's see where that... That just... So I saved myself, like, a tiny bit of time. Wow. Okay. This is fine. I also find it slightly embarrassing. Like, it's nice that they add that system, but the fact that they don't show anything of it is kind of a shame. I guess it did save me a little bit of time. Time to load. And time to save, because who knows how this is gonna go. I should change my... Oh, no. I was gonna change my outfit, but I don't have room. Who wants to carry stuff? Why do I have a great helm? When did I even get that? I'm so confused. Alright, well... Fuck. Well, alright. Virgil, you're about to carry a whole bunch of stuff. But probably nothing of substantial worth. Mostly all of these... and these... and these... mushrooms. Oh. Okay. Hold on a second. Magnus has a helm, right? Yep. Yeah, that's right, and somehow this helm is worse. I must have just looted it off of someone and not noticed. Or forgot that I did it. Weird. And yet I still have to make room manually. Is that enough room? It isn't. Come on. I just want to put on a shirt. I want to wear a shirt, god damn it. Is that so much to ask? Save so I don't have to do that again. Alright. I failed to notice that we actually, you know, showed up here at a reasonable hour for once. Oh, the chug.
You have
Hello,
returned.
Bates.
Tell me what news.
Oh, that's right, you have a voice. Cool. I found... No, that's not what I want to say. This is a really shoddy way of saying that.
For the sake of the gods, out with it, man.
The dwarves were... I had said the dwarves were banished to the Isle of Despair. Ooh, this is... I don't like either of these answers, but I like one better than the other. Your callous betrayal and theft of their technology doomed them.
You dare, sir? Must I school you in the proper manner with which to conduct yourself in society?
Wow. I am a simple-minded fool. Please, take pity on my lack of culture. He seems taken aback a moment as he considers what you have told him. By the gods, it is as I always feared. I doomed them all. He is now sobbing openly. What have I done? My youthful impertinence. Here's some gold for your trouble. He attempts to compose himself. Could you, he chokes back more tears, do something further for me? You would like me to go to the Isle of Despair?
If you would. I know I've already asked much of you, but an old man needs to put his mind at ease.
What is the Isle of Despair?
The Isle of Despair is a penal colony, extremely dangerous. The criminals are unceremoniously left on her shores to fend for themselves against the elements and the other inmates. I would be indebted to you, of course.
With the big ol' honkin' asterisk of, if you survive. I like this response, but I'm not going to say it. I'm sure you'd see to it that I received a nice burial. No thanks. I'll do it, but how do I get there?
Go to the docks at Ashbury. You can find it on your map. Ask around for Edward Teach, a crusty old salt. He is in command of one of the boats that I use for special jobs.
Somehow you think you're the good guy, but you're doing special jobs? And he will take me? Can this man be trusted? The man I met like 30 episodes ago?
I trust him implicitly. There are rumors of a somewhat less than virtuous career on the high seas, but he's a good man should a difficult situation arise.
That is reassuring.
I'll wire ahead to tell Teach to expect you. Chukka here is quite beneficial to have around for protection. If you're interested, you might be able to persuade him to accompany you on your journey.
Can I ask some more questions?
Of course. What do you wish to ask of me?
I think I've asked all of these before, but it's also been like 60 episodes since I last talked to him.
I do not know, but I am beginning to believe they are behind Stenna's... Yes, it would seem...
Yeah. Huh. So I could potentially take Chukka. Let's take a look at the log for one. Completed, search the mines. Accepted, look for the Black Mountain clan on the Isle of Despair. Okay. Hey, Stompy boys. Could you chill the fuck out a minute? He sounds like some sort of pirate to me. He is meant to be ferry me to the Isle of Despair, a penal colony. Okay. You know, I really didn't give him the full story. Not that he would have cared, but... At the very least, I should temporarily pick up Chukka to see what he has. What say, old boy? Fancy to join up with me? Yes, Chukka join. More for Chukka to do? Yes. I'd like to know a thing or two about you. Okay. Carry weight 10,000. That's pretty nice. That's a lot more than Sog, isn't it? No, it's the same. Okay, never mind. Let's see. So he is good aligned. Melee and dodge. I assume he has no skills of note. So he's basically just a berserker or a barbarian class of some kind. High health. Let's see what his gear is as well in a second. Yeah. Strength, dex, everything else doesn't matter. Let's trade. What have you got? A suit and a hammer. I respect that, you know? I really do. Okay. Well, it would not hurt to have him along for the ride, that's for sure. That said, I think we've met at least one, if not two other individuals who we could potentially recruit. And something tells me that when we go to the island, we may be picking some folks up. Now that's not to say that we can't continue to expand the party, but game performance will suffer. Okay, so I bumped charisma up to 20, and I have a max of 6 followers. So how many points did I need for each? So I was already at 4, right? So I need... Is it 4 points for every one? That seems a little bit absurd. I mean, not that that's the only thing that charisma is for, but... I mean, the problem is that the game does not respect the typical, like, RPG game balance stuff of like, every build is viable, right? You know, even in a game like the Fallout, even in, like, the Fallout series, the newer Fallout games, you know, most interactions have a well-written option to non-compatibly deal with a situation, or combatively deal with the situation, even if it, you know, doesn't necessarily make sense. Wow, I am really good. I wonder why. I haven't even been paying attention. Well... What happens if I dismiss someone?
What is it that you want of me? Yes, of course. What would you like me to do? No, I can help. You must... I see. Well, I'll wait here, meditating on the scriptures until you return.
That's an interesting reaction. Is he actually going to wait here? That can't actually be right, can it? He's not just gonna wait wherever I leave him. That would be absurd. No, okay. Well, he did disappear. The question is, where did he go? It doesn't seem to be permanent, but I don't really want to gamble on that. Basically, I'm wondering whether if I recruit Chukka and then want to dismiss him while we are on the Isle, I would hope that, whether it makes sense or not, that the game would have the wherewithal to teleport him back here. I also don't know what other secondary ramifications that may have of dismissing anyone. I mean, obviously they don't look upon it fondly, but whether that is actually reflected mechanically or not, I don't know. I mean, I know it's an ongoing joke of the social solipsist never spends any of his skill points because he's an asshole. But I think regardless, this upgrade is going to happen at some point, and it might as well be now. At the very least, he's a good pack mule. That's not racist. It's just factual. You won't wear that, huh? Okay. Well, you'll wear that. That's the other thing, like, I don't understand. I'm sure I sound like a broken record if you're watching all of these back to back like some sort of insane person, but because I'm just repeating myself. But I don't know what the negative, like, what, if any, negative ramifications there are for, you know, equipping certain gear. It seems to be relatively minimal. It doesn't have a system like D&D where, like, certain classes or skills are dependent on your gear and have, like, certain caps on them. Normally, if you in a D&D, like, if you wear heavy armor, your dex bonus is capped at, like, +2 or +1. Which, I mean, obviously can't be the case in this game because mathematically it's so wonky. But that said, I mean, aside from the, like, very obvious things of, like, negative resistances and perception drops and so on and so forth, I don't know. Well, let's just move right along. Let's get out of this house. It's making my computer scream. Load, damn you. Okay. So, think we should do some party management and gearing before we make our way to Ashbury to see Teach. I can't imagine that we're going to be spending much time before heading straight there. Let's also take a quick look. I can think of at least 2 quests we're still not finished. These don't count. I forgot about this one. That one I can probably handle when I get to Ashbury. And then I've got the cemetery, which could be a substantial undertaking. And then it's mostly side quests beyond that, I think. Oh, we could try out the portal again. I think I've leveled up a few times since we last did that, and with one more party member, that should be a little bit easier, but admittedly I don't remember just how terribly it went. I think it might have been pretty okay. I recall it being pretty okay, but not, you know, but like we didn't die immediately. I have to remind myself where all the stores are. Pollution on the rise. Okay, let's read a paper. Pollution on the rise. Local business owner, in quotes, speaks out. A band of locals representing the Lower East Side met with the city council yesterday to discuss the rampant pollution they claim is destroying their neighborhood. Many of these locals reside in the 10-block area between Low Dervish Way and Lion's Head Circle that lies parallel to Tarrant's Industrial District. Quote, "Our streets are littered with debris that is carried in by carts transporting goods from the factories, and our buildings are covered with black soot put out by the coal plant. It's enough to get a lady's bloomers in a bunch," said, unquote, said Madame Lil, local owner of the oft-controversial House of Ill Repute. Not only are we besieged by this pollution, we must also deal with the surly orc workforce that harass my girls at all hours of the day," unquote. The Tarantian Council had no comment on the situation other than to reassure the citizens that everything, quote, everything was being taken care of, unquote. Well, that's no surprise. It's actually funny. I sort of expected that we would see more, like, obviously this is an early industrial setting, but I expected it to play a little bit more with the, like, parallels to the Industrial Revolution, particularly in the UK. It's got a lot of that sort of semi-Victorian reflection. Let's see. What am I even doing? You know what? Actually, on second thought, next time on Arcanum, we are going to make a run over to my warehouse, dump some things, swap some things, then do a little bit of brief shopping. Yeah, brief. Sure.